We've got a report out of Tel Aviv, a potential terrorist attack near Tel Aviv. There are up to 10 victims and two gunmen. Right now, there has not been a report yet that those gunmen have been neutralized. So this could be an ongoing terrorist attack, Will, as we speak, inside Israel's largest city and what happens to be its business hub as well.
As we have been watching the news earlier this morning about the imminent ballistic missile attack that was going to be aimed at Israel from the Iranians, there was reports that it was at military sites, not at a city like Tel Aviv. However, you never know what the Iranians will do until the Iranians do it. But now there seems to be some chaos in the region as we see this report of a terror attack in Tel Aviv. They're saying 10 individuals have perished in this attack, that there are upwards of 20 additional injured in this attack. And these are all just preliminary reports. So once again, you have to take any sort of breaking news in a mass terror attack with that, just a grain of salt when you watch it come out.
If this is at the Jaffa Israeli light rail station, that is compare that to almost like a Penn Station, Union Station in D.C. I mean, this is one of those major travel arteries. I've been there multiple times before because you can pick and choose wherever you want to go across Israel. Israel is not that big, so you can get to places very easily by train. So the fact that they have gone into what would be a very busy place all the time and just started opening fire, I mean, this is that kind of raw intifada style terrorism. What I'd be interesting to know, Will, once we get more information about this, are we starting to see the West Bank actors and terrorist groups starting to try and join this battle so that Israel literally is surrounded in that five-front war?
We have a terror attack in Tel Aviv that has claimed the lives of 10 Israelis, as far as we know at this point. And now the IDF is saying that missiles have been launched from Iran towards Israel.
We know that some missiles have been intercepted over Israel. These are missiles launched from the Islamic Republic of Iran. So we know that these are missiles, including potentially ballistic missiles. We're starting to get imagery of these missiles being fired into Tel Aviv. Here we go right now. So you're starting to see on your screen what it looks like in Tel Aviv. And are we going to see missiles coming in, or are we going to see that pretty shortly? Yeah, there you go. So again, when you saw that fire right there, Will, that is not a missile that was shot down in the air by the Iron Dome.
That's right. So this is from, this video actually came from Jim Sciutto from CNN, who is there. And it appears that some either missiles or missile fragments have landed in areas surrounding Tel Aviv. We are joined by Jeff Balaban right now, who's calling in today. Wasn't planned to be on the show, but we needed his insight. Jeff, what are you hearing from contacts in Israel about what's going on?
Well, there's the official news reports of 102 missiles launched from Iran to the major population centers of Israel. And then there's the reports on the ground, not just from the news, but from everybody I know who are in their shelters. And it's nonstop booming, missile whining over Jerusalem, over Tel Aviv. People are in their shelters. Everything's shut down. This is it. This is a massive, massive attack by Iran on Israel.
When we were looking at the maps, it looked like almost that they were carving out Jerusalem. But now we've got reports that they've also been striking inside, or tried to strike inside, West Jerusalem. So kind of explain to people the significance of that, because that's getting awfully close to their religious sites like the Dome of the Rock.
They are targeting. They clearly don't care if they kill, Arabs or Jews. They clearly don't care about that. They never have cared about that. And the question is whether they will strike one of the holiest sites in Islam. It remains to be seen. What that would mean in terms of the way the Arab Muslim world would react to that is anybody's guess. They could blame Israel, as usual, for everything, even what's done to Israel. Or, again, the huge inter-Muslim war between Sunni and Shia could fire up. Again, the entire region is now coming to is threatening to collapse.
Jeff,
thanks to Iran.
Jeff, we also saw literally moments before the reports of these missiles, what appears to be a very intifada-style terror attack in downtown Tel Aviv, that the reports I'm seeing, as many as 10 have been killed by a jihadi, a terrorist there in Tel Aviv. But the chaos that we're seeing unfold, does this seem calculated in a way that the proxy groups would try to collaborate with Iran on this, or is this a separate event, do you think?
There's no way to know whether this is targeted, but we will know very quickly because it may break out all over the country. Remember, the West likes to pretend that there's a difference between the PA or the PLO, known as Fatah, and Hamas. There is no difference. They are all dedicated to genocide. They're all dedicated to eradicating Israel. And so they've been waiting for their moment. It's entirely possible this is their moment.
But we also know that Israel has been on a strategic mission to take out their leadership. So while Iran may feel like this is their moment to fight back, at the same time, their Ayatollah is underground in hiding because how he's seen his friends and his proxy group leaders be eliminated by the state of Israel.
Well, that's right. And there's a moment now, the reports yesterday that Ahmadinejad, the former head of Iran, said that they had a whole team that was dedicated to ferreting out Mossad agents until they discovered that the head of the team and his agents were Mossad agents. Who knows if that's real or they're making it up, but they recognize that their entire infrastructure has been compromised, and now it's all down to the nukes. They've been on a glide path to nukes, which threaten not just Israel, but threaten the entire West, including America, because they've been also looking for intercontinental ballistic missiles. And Israel is now fighting this war. And it does open the possibility that Israel will try to go after their nuclear situation, which is very deeply dug down under gigantic mountains. It's very difficult. You can't see a map. It's a topographical map. They've hidden their things deep down. We don't even know if there are bunker busters capable of reaching it. But obviously, Israel's trying to do everything it can, and this may be the moment where they have to go after their nuclear plan, which unfortunately America has led the charge to allow them to get this far.
As director of ACLJ Jerusalem for us, what message should we be giving to the American people that are listening right now of how to pray for the people of Israel and what to be looking for in the coming days?
I mean, thank you for asking that question. Listen, everything. The only thing that people around the world can do now is pray. Is pray for Israel when the time comes. Have it in mind, God willing, they get through this and vote correctly so that they're actually being supported by the American administration. Because all of this happens when America turns its back on Israel. And unfortunately, Israel is now literally fighting an existential battle to protect all of us.
They are targeting the population centers where you've got the most people living the closest together. And that's where Iran has said, we'll let Hezbollah fight in the north, Hamas to the west of Israel, and then we're going to take the battle to the big cities.